Okay, some huge news just dropped in the world of real estate tech. Zillow has a new CEO. After a 15-year journey inside the company, Jeremy Waxman is taking the top job, with visionary founder Rich Barton stepping aside.
So let's get right into it because this isn't just your standard promotion. You got to be asking, why him? And maybe more importantly, why right now? Well, this move, it's a huge signal about a really profound strategic shift for the entire company.
And here's the core of it. Zillow is officially closing the book on its high-risk disruptor phase and entering a new era of discipline building. And as we're about to see, Jeremy Waxman might just be the perfect architect for this new chapter. To really get why he's the right person for this job, we've got to look at his background. Honestly, it's almost like his entire career was perfectly designed to prepare him for this exact moment at Zillow.
You see, he's what you might call the perfect hybrid, especially for a company like Zillow. He's a leader who gets the nuts and bolts of how the product is engineered, but he's just as obsessed with why a real person would actually want to use it. And this hybrid identity, it's built on a really fascinating foundation. On one side, you've got his computer engineering degree from Purdue. That gives him that deep technical knowledge. He sees the how. But on the other side, he's got a marketing MBA from Kellogg. That's all about understanding people, building brands. He understands the why. That combination is so rare and so valuable.
And he didn't just learn this stuff in a classroom. He was out there, in the trenches of the early tech scene, at a place called Trilogy Software. He was right on the front lines, helping to bring old-school industries into the digital age. Then he went to Microsoft, where he helped market Xbox Live to a massive global audience. Both of those jobs were basically training grounds for what he'd end up doing at Zillow. Which, of course, brings us to his incredible run inside Zillow itself. See, he's not some outsider coming in to shake things up. Nope, he's the ultimate insider, a guy who's been helping build the company almost from the ground up. I mean, just look at this climb to the top. This was not a sudden jump. It was a steady, methodical, 15-year ascent through some of the company's most important leadership jobs. He knows this place inside and out. And here's the crucial thing to remember. He wasn't just collecting titles. In every single one of these roles, he was actively building, actively shaping the Zillow that we all use today. He left his mark at every step. Let me give you an example. Way back when, as one of the early product leaders, he helped pioneer mobile real estate search. He was a key player in building the Zillow app, the one that completely dominates the market today. And when I say dominate, I mean it. Zillow's app has three times the daily active users of its competitors. That kind of lead doesn't happen by accident. It was built on a foundation Waxman helped put in place years ago. Then he becomes the chief marketing officer, and this is where things get kind of legendary. He managed to turn the company's name into a verb. I mean, this statistic says it all. The word Zillow is searched more often than real estate. Think about that. He made the brand bigger than the category it's in. That's a marketer's dream. And then, most recently, as COO, he was the steady hand during a really rocky period. He was the one executing the company's complex housing super app strategy, finding new ways to make money with rentals and mortgages, and, this is the big one, he managed the incredibly difficult pivot after the iBuying business totally collapsed. He proved he could steer the ship through the storm. And that iBuying failure, that's the real key to understanding everything happening right now. To really get why Waxman is the man for this moment, we have to talk about Zillow's big strategic shift from what you could call a wartime footing to a peacetime one. Zillow's story has been a real roller coaster. It started out with these huge disruptive ideas. Then in 2019, founder Rich Barton came back to lead this massive, all-in wartime bet on iBuying. But when that failed, and failed spectacularly in 2021, the company had to retreat, regroup, and focus on just executing flawlessly. And that's exactly where Waxman steps in. This wartime versus peacetime idea is the perfect way to look at the two leaders. Rich Barton, he's your visionary wartime general, making huge, risky bets to conquer new territory. Jeremy Waxman, he's the perfect peacetime leader. He's an expert operator focused on making everything run smoothly and turning the super app strategy into a well-oiled, profitable machine. So here's the main takeaway, the most important point. Making Waxman the CEO is not a signal that Zillow is about to change its strategy. No way. It's the exact opposite. It's the board giving a massive vote of confidence in the current super app plan.
the very one that Waxman, as COO, has already been putting into motion so successfully. Waxman is the builder. He is the expert operator Zillow absolutely needs right now to make its complex business run smoothly and profitably. He really is the man for this moment. But, it does leave us with one big lingering question for the future. When the time comes for the next big, crazy, risky idea, who will be Zillow's next wartime leader?